You may or may not know there's this channel called WatchMojo. I don't know if you've heard of it, but they're notorious for having some of the probably worst lists on the internet. Like, they do a bunch of different categories and tier lists of things like our top 10, this and that, and it's probably the most atrocious list ever. Yeah, you're free to give your opinion, but you're not free from the consequences of said opinion. And I understand that. I think I've given a few opinions that made people mad, and I accept the consequences, and I'm willing to die on that hill of my opinion. But still doesn't beat the fact that your opinion is awful. So we're gonna go through their top 10 list of My Hero Academia moments and see if it's worthy of a top 10. And honestly, I'm gonna say this, I think I'm the least qualified person to talk about this because my definition of a moment is very different from other people's definition of a moment. I do not consider moves or fights moments. Now, if it's the start of a fight or the end of a fight, I consider that a moment. Or if it's the character using that move for the first time or using that move in a very special way, then yes, I also consider that a movement. But anything other than that, I don't consider that a moment. So no moves and no fights are considered moments unless it's what I said. At number 10, so their 10th favorite moment apparently is All Might versus Nomu, which again, my kind of a moment can't include fights. Now, a way to start fights can be a moment. For example, Luffy versus Katakuri. I consider the start of that fight a moment. Luffy smashing the mirror. That is a moment to me. Or the end of a fight. So Luffy unlocking Gear 5. That also is a moment considered, or not Gear 5, Gear 4 Snake Man. That is also considered a moment to me. All Might versus Nomu, not really a moment. Now, there are moments in that fight, like All Might realizing that he only has a quirk that, absorbs damage, doesn't completely negate it. That is considered a moment to me. But All Might versus Nomu, it's a really cool fight, and I wouldn't be mad if it was in their top 10 fights. But this, iffy. Their 9th favorite moment is Deku using Gear Shift. Now, it's been quite a while since I've watched Season 7, because I watched it when it weekly aired, and I haven't watched it since, so I don't remember if Deku using Gear Shift against Shigaraki was his first time using Gear Shift, so he's gonna have to check me on that. But if it is, okay, I can understand. That is a good moment. That was a pretty cool moment. I don't know if I would put it on a top 10, but it's still a good moment. Number 8. Now, I love this. I love this scene. I love this part of the show. I don't know if it's a moment. If it is, definitely gonna be on my top 10. We have Jiro's performance at the Hero Festival. They know ball. I'll give them that. That is probably one of the only moments that that is probably one of the only moments they put on this list that I appreciate, because that is a very, very good pick. Love that. But then they immediately ruin it with Endeavor versus Nomu. Yeah, really cool fight. Love it. But again, fights aren't really moments, are they? Because they're fights, not moments. There are moments in the fight, but I don't know if I consider a fight a moment. Then the next moment, they redeem themselves again somehow. They have Sir Night-Eye's death. That is a moment to me, definitely. The moment he died, yeah, his little speech of telling Miro, I see, use this as quirk, you'll be a great hero. Okay, WatchMojo, I see where you're going. Star and Stripes goodbye, salute, the scene of her falling down and her decaying, saluting everyone. Okay, we're cooking. We are so cooking right now. Deku versus Todoroki. Again, another fight. I think I was actually exaggerating it. I'm pretty sure they choose the moment of Deku saying, I don't know if this is what they meant, but I would say the moment of Deku saying, it's your quirk, not his, or something like that. That is a moment. And then Todoroki realizing it and turning on his fire. That is a moment. So I'm gonna take it as, that's what they meant. Because if not, then... the third favorite moment that they put, the final fight between Overhaul versus Deku and Eri. Again, another fight. Again, cool moments in that fight, but it's just a fight. Number 2, you can be a hero too. I respect it. All My telling Deku that he can be a hero too is very, very cool, and I do respect it. Good pick. But their number 1 makes me so mad, because technically, by my standards, it is a moment. But there's a moment right after that they didn't include, and it gets me so infuriated. They're number 1. They have United States to Smash. And don't get me wrong, I consider that a moment. That's the first and only time he uses United States to Smash. It's a really cool moment. But right after, you don't include to your turn. That's so much better than United States to Smash. Maybe I'll die on this hill, but I think it's your turn and then All Might hitting the pose is so much better than United States to Smash. Like, yeah, it's really cool and definitely deserves to be in the top 10. But not including it's your turn, it's crazy. Now, then again, I did skim through the video to find these moments, to see what they put, so maybe they did include it. But in the off chance that they didn't, it's your turn is a way better moment than United States to Smash, and I will die on that hill. I'll die on that hill. I'm sorry. Now, there are a few moments I can think of that they didn't include, and I can see why. Some of these moments, not as good as others, or simply they forgot about them. One moment I really like, it's probably Glaze, but there's 2 Kirishima moments. You know me, love my Kirishima. One moment is him using Unbreakable for the first time. Or not, Unbreakable? No. Indestructible. No, Unbreakable. It's Unbreakable. That's a cool moment. And then the second moment is Kirishima saving Mina. But, is that ball? Is that ball? Because that's pretty cool. And then there's another moment that happens that I really like, which is Shigaraki awakening his quirk. Like, that's really cool. There's a really cool moment. Then we have yeah. Like, I'm probably just gonna put music over this video and not edit it at all, because I'm lazy right now. I'm very lazy. I gotta save up all my motivation, so when I release that video, I'm planning to release it in November. It can be the best possible video. So I gotta save my motivation. I'm sorry, but yeah. That's WatchMojo's top 10 My Hero Academia moments. Honestly, not their worst ranking. I'll be honest. Usually, WatchMojo has the most atrocious takes ever. And I mean ever. Like, I remember one time they said top 10 animes of like 2024, 2025. They put, I'm pretty sure they put like Dangers in My Heart in there, which, yeah, I've heard it's a really, really good romance, and I do plan on watching it. But they forgot to include a bunch of other animes that were released in 2024 or 2025. I forget what the video was. But yeah, see you guys later.